Okay, so welcome to our video on using our new IDE, using Java, NetBeans, and yeah, everything like that. So we'll pop into the folder first and just be aware, if I didn't say this already in class, you might see like a couple duplicate things here, like two different chapter 4s. They're actually the same material, they're just different formats. Like I did one as a Google Slides and one as a Google Doc. And the reason I did that is because I originally did them as a Google Slides, but then I felt like later on that it just kind of didn't work out as well. I found that the Google Doc was a lot better. So all that is to say that these two things, for example, are identical. The only difference is just the format. I like the Google Doc better for you because you can actually search through and like you can click the table of contents at the top and click down to the different parts of this. So I think this is good for later on, like if you're trying to study or you're trying to figure out like where the exercises are. No longer just have to fix that. I think this table of contents can be really helpful for you navigating around and just kind of knowing, and also having the key ideas and the key vocabulary right at the front. So that's how this is organized. If I were you, I'd be looking through the Google Docs mostly, yeah, just because it's easier to navigate. For my videos, I want to just kind of cover some of the big ideas from here. I don't want to go through. I was thinking about making a video covering the entire set of slides, but I think that's just kind of maybe not the best way of doing this. Maybe better if I just focus on the key ideas. So for this one, key ideas in chapter 1. We can go up here and we get the key ideas out of the top. I think especially transitioning from CMU and Python into Java, there's a couple key differences. There's a lot of things that are the same because it's all coding and it's all. But anyways, one of the major differences here is that all lines in Java are going to need to finish with a semicolon like this. So no matter what you type, just about every single line should have a semicolon. And when you're writing any kind of basic code, you should finish with a semicolon. The most common error students will make early on is just not including that semicolon, and if you don't include it, your code will either bug or it just won't run. Some things in here, comments. We saw comments a little bit in CMU, but comments are going to be more important as we start to write more of our own code. Comments are done in Java by using a double backslash like that. There's a few other different versions of comments, but if you type this before like a line in Java, it's going to comment out the entire line. So like the code, the computer won't read that part. I think, yeah, some of the stuff is not different from Python. I mean, computers still read line by line, left to right. Just the biggest thing is, computers are dumb. They don't think for you. They don't know what you mean to say. They're going to do exactly whatever you say. So you need to be really careful about what you're typing in and making sure that you're giving specific commands to the computer. I'm not going to go through all of this stuff. There are some important ideas in here. It's not that this isn't important, but I just don't want to cover everything. Like talking about compilers is important. Computer is a set of circuits. It's really just a bunch of ones and zeros, switches that turn on and turn off. When we write our code in like Java, the computer doesn't understand what's going on there. Like we're typing this very fancy English language. The computer does not actually know English. It knows ones and zeros and that's it. So basically what we have to do is take from our Java, what's going to happen is our Java is going to get compiled down into more simpler and simpler languages until the computer can actually directly understand it. So there's a lot of complexity that goes from typing in Java all the way down to the code actually running on your computer. Because our computers are just a bunch of little like light switches on and off, but there's millions and millions and maybe billions of circuits in your computer. So yeah, really basically here, semicolons are going to end a command and going to end a statement. Parameters. So parameters are something that was in CMU, but we need to that vocabulary is super important. So parameters are anything that gets passed into a command. So for example, like in this one, system out print is a command. System out print is a command. This hello is a parameter. So system out print is like a command the computer has, and what we're doing is, but if you just type system out print, it's gonna be like, what, print what? We need to tell it what to print. So the hello in here is a parameter that goes into our command, and then the computer, oh, I know what you're trying to do. You want me to print out hello world. Okay. Typically, we're going to use comments. Comments are best for comments are a way to identify what your code is doing. So they're really important for other people to read your work. So for example, if I'm trying to read through your code, I need to see comments to understand exactly what's happening. Also, if people are going to later come in and look at your code, they need to be able to figure out what was this person doing. So they'll look at the comments to get that done. Okay. There's a few other things in here, some special characters in here, like this is /n, which is going to make a line break. So you can see that like in here. So we could also do the same thing. So this is just like, this code could also look something like this, system out print, and then do like first, and then system out print. I know I'm messing up my stuff, but I'll fix it. And system out print third. And we need to have those semicolons in there. Oh, a little messy. Yeah, I mean, we could do that. And this would print out, like on the first line, it'd print out first, second line, print out second, third line, print out third. But this command here, using like the /n, delete all this stuff, this /n here will take care of like putting those line spaces in there for you. So it's not a super required thing to use every single time, but it is something that comes up. And it is a, kind of just be aware that Java has some like special commands in there. So yeah, that's just one example of it.